When everything's been dragging you down, grabbed you by the hair and pulled you to the ground. If you wanna get up, you need a little revive. If you wanna get up, you need a little revive.
Hey all you zombie slayers out there, it's Parker here from the ZK channel, bringing you guys sort of a strategy guide for the map Die Rise. Now, we know the map has already been out for a couple weeks now, and due to the fact that it's sort of going to be coming out for PS3 and PC, we might as well do this, and this is also geared towards you Xbox users as well. We sort of took the time in this and actually wanted to have one of the best strategy guides for you guys for solo, 2-player, 3-player, and 4-player. So let's get right into it. So going right into the first solo strategy, here we have one of the best, personally, that you could possibly use. Most people, they run it in the temple or something like that. Usually, this train right here that we have is the most effective, most useful if you're trying to get the whole horde of zombies and complete. They only spawn in less than 20 to 25 seconds. It's really overall a very efficient train, and you have to be on your toes most of the time when you're running this too. You gotta be aware of your surroundings and stuff like that. You always gotta pay attention, but overall this train is one of the best and quickest trains you could possibly run. So, reason why, and this is also like, this train has like multiple names. I know some people call it like the whole train due to the fact that there's a gaping hole in the middle of the room, so most people call it that. Don't really know the name in specific, but yeah, usually the whole train. But going right into it though, it's sort of like a zigzag formation that you have to do. Now mostly in this video, I know it's not really shown, but the best thing to do is to zigzag back and forth. Once you have that whole horde, once you counted to either 20 or 25, you can easily go down that hole and just shoot them from down there. I would highly suggest you shoot them maybe right where you start walking down, like maybe at the top perimeter of the hole. I would highly suggest you shoot it there, just in case if you do happen to have a drop, you can easily see it. And it's like very in your vision, and it's probably easy to grab. That'd probably be the best thing to do. And then it's almost just like repeat. So realistically, you're doing the same thing over and over again. Just getting your whole horde, getting them, going down the hole, shoot them, same thing. Now, ammo, this whole strategy guide that we have for you guys is realistically probably if you're wanting to get to round 50. Other than that, you might have a problem with ammo and stuff like that. But realistically, if you're playing this, you might even get higher than 52 just from playing on this solo. But other than that, this strategy will work for a very long time. Highly suggest you get this liquefier and maybe something along the lines of Mustang and Sally, because those can always come in handy sometimes. But that's just right about it for the solo strategy. So the 2-player strategy is very, very self-explanatory, and it's very similar to the solo strategy. One person will be running that train up above the hole in the hole in the floor. One person will be running it above that room, and one person will be running it down below where you can actually walk through it. Now, I don't really have the point of view of where the one person will be running the train down below, but granted, you won't get that many zombies down there. Most likely only 5, 6, or 7 zombies at the most. Pretty plain and simple, like the solo strategy. One person will be running up, gathering them up from above. Usually you can take around 20 to 25 seconds to wait for the whole horde to come. And then just to easily gather them up, the person at top goes down in the hole, and you guys combine your zombies and then easily shoot it with this liquefier or Mustang and Sally, doesn't really matter, and just repeat. It's pretty much the same thing over and over. Also, it's one of the best and fastest strategies to do also, because you don't have to worry about multiple spawn points from here, because I know that some people deal with the problem of one person will be on one side of the map and the other on the other side, and then you don't really get that fix. You don't really know how your partner's doing with zombies. It's more or less a verbal aspect of it, or the mental aspect, you could say, from actually knowing what he's doing, what type of situation he's in. Because I know that most part that can be a challenge to most people. So in this one, you know what he's getting, you know what type of situation you're putting yourself and him as well in. So overall, very fast strategy. Get to gather them up as a group. It's plain and simple, they only spawn from a couple areas. So that's realistically one of the best things that you could possibly do. And this is by far one of the fastest two-player strategies that you could possibly do. Okay, so dipping right into a three-player strategy, most likely the best thing to do is stick with the two-player strategy that you guys have. Have two players do that, because you sort of want to eliminate just a spawn point from anywhere. You don't want to be all scattered out. Granted, that's what's going to happen in this four-player strategy, but right now we're focusing on the three-player. So what you want to do is just have two people doing that two-player strategy and one other person doing that PDW. As you can see right now, it's pretty plain and simple. You don't even need the Sliquifier at all, because overall it's just a perfect, you can easily run your train, manage them with the PDW, but you really do have to be on your toes and focused. Because there are some parts in which it might get a little tricky, but then again, not that many will be spawning by you, probably 10 at the max, 15 at the max. That's how much will even spawn. So realistically, this train is by far great. I know that I played with a couple of buddies the other day, and we got to round like 40 using this strategy, and I had to leave at the end of the game too, but could have went a lot farther. I know ammo wasn't a problem whatsoever doing this. Overall, great game, great strategy, I should say, too, due to the fact that you can easily buy ammo from the PDW, too, when you do happen to run out. So, plain and simple, ammo shouldn't really be a problem, because I know when you're sort of hitting above those rounds of round 50, that's when I'll start getting into gear with those two players running that two-player strategy. So with this guy, you're sort of eliminating it, because in a way you're sort of buying, you can buy your PDW ammo at the same time, and more or less it's almost like the feature that you have for it. You can actually most likely get a max ammo from one of those zombies, because from every zombie you kill, one will spawn. Granted, it might either be to the two players or the solo, or not the solo, either to the two players or just the third person left doing the PDW one. So realistically, there shouldn't be any max ammo problems or trying to get ammo problems. So this is what really defines this as a really good three-player strategy. Now for this four-player strategy, I know I sort of contradicted myself in saying that most of these strategies are going to be pretty fast, but the thing is, whatever you realistically with a four-player strategy and you plan on going for high rounds, overall it's just going to take a long time. Now this is most likely by far, if you're planning on getting to 20 and above, you should start doing this one, because realistically, if you're planning on just camping in the corner, granted that might get you to round 30 to 35 or something along those lines, but if you want to hit that goal at 50 rounds, you sort of have to be able to sort of do your own thing, run your own train, and this is sort of what we're doing. So as you can see, one person is running it in the temple area, sort of away from those other guys at the normal spawn in which we were running it. Two players, once again, right at the two-player strategy I was talking about before. You guys probably understand it by now, that whole train. Then one person at the PDW. So by that, you're sort of eliminating the thing with the three-player strategy I was talking about with the max ammo problem, due to the fact that one person is running it at the PDW, easily buy more ammo, shoot up the zombies, and one might even happen to have a max ammo. But overall, this strategy is very simple, and as you can see, the temple, realistically, you shouldn't get that many zombies as well, because you easily gather them up, might only get close to 7, 8, 9 zombies. Don't really know for sure along the actual zombie amount. It really does depend on how many your teammates actually kill. Now, also one point I want to bring up. Usually, if you're planning on doing something like this, if you're planning on going for quick, fast rounds, the thing is that most people have a problem with is that they want to gather up the whole horde of zombies, including the walkers, including all those people. Realistically, the only people that should be trying to do that, and you still don't have to get the whole group, mainly the two people that should be trying to go for that is the people doing that whole train. That's the only time people should be doing that. Otherwise, the one person doing it at the temple and the one person doing it at the PDW, they should be both just killing their zombies right away. They don't have to wait for them to horde up. You can just easily shoot them up, because it's going to take a while just for those rest of those rounds to start coming, for them, the rest of the zombies to start spawning. So realistically, you want to shoot them up once you see them. And this is per se not towards the 2-player strategy that we were talking about before, but this is more geared towards you just want to shoot them up, easily get through them. More of them will spawn, so just the game will go by a lot faster. So 4-player strategy, once again, 2 people running at the whole train, 1 person running it at the temple, and 1 person going over and running it at the PDW. So really plain and simple strategy. This is by far one of the best strategy guides that you can have, because we really took our time and our effort into doing this. Now, if you guys sort of like this, and if you think you're going to take the initiative and actually go for one of these strategies, leave a like down below. It really does just truly help us out. You guys don't even know, it really does just help us out. And if you want more of these sort of zombie tips and just other zombies gameplay that we'll be having, just really subscribe up above so you can be updated on all our videos that we're going to be having. And that's really just about it. The best strategy guide that we could possibly make. And I will see you guys later. Bye.